Hello everyone, Corvette here. Today I'm back on CSR Racing 1 for episode 2 of our career mode. Continuing where we left off, we had just one pop-up business mini and grinded some credits to go buy the tier 2 Camaro SS. After it got delivered, I went ahead and bought some twin black stripes, makes it look like Bumblebee, and also gives a 1000 credit bonus for every race win. So just starting out with the 317 rating, it's not very fast and it almost loses to this tier 1 mini. I applied some upgrades, but it's still struggling on some early ladder races. I had this photo finish with the Dodge Charger. Now back with a 345 rated car, and we take the easy win. Get another win against this BMW in ladder race 7. I move up to a stage 3 intake, then I go for the first boss fight of tier 2. Yoshiro tells us that Junji will send us back to wherever we came from, but we'll see about that. We get a classic Camaro versus Mustang battle. The Mustang GT gets a great launch, but the Camaro gets it back on the top end, and we take the win. Yoshiro says he never actually liked Junji anyway, and that's as far as we'll get. Also went ahead and upgraded to the stage 2 engine. Now back into the ladder for a Camaro versus Camaro battle. And with those new upgrades, we take the win. Also now in tier 2, I unlocked the restriction race series, and they actually pay pretty good. But I found out that the Charger RT is insanely fast on the top end. Although the Challenger is almost the exact opposite, as we pass him near the end and take the win for ladder race number 9. And also level up to level 17, get another gold coin. Then I bought another transmission upgrade. Here's the rematch against that Charger RT. This time it's a win, but you can even see even with 29 more performance points, his Charger is still going 4 miles an hour faster across the finish line. The next restriction challenge has a horsepower limit, so I have to unfortunately detune my car some to enter. Still, with less horsepower, get a dominating victory over that Ford Mustang. Here's another restriction race one. And here's another restriction race. This time it said we weren't allowed to have nitrous. Went up to stage 3 engine for another 11 horsepower. This time the restriction challenge was Camaro SS only. Luckily, that's what I bought. Now for the road tire challenge, I had to go back to stock tires to enter. This gave me wheel spin all the way up to when I was shifting into 3rd gear, but either way, it was an easy win. Then I got stage 3 nitrous, although then stage 4 is $42,000, so that's a big step up. But then for the laughing gas challenge, which requires nitrous, we go up against Ford Mustang. And if you were following along, you would know my Camaro does not lose the Mustangs. Now it's time for another boss fight against the Iron Samurai, where Yoshiro puts us up against his queen, Miyoku. So we go ahead and line up against her Ford Focus RS. It's a little bit closer, but we take the win. So we cross Miyoku off the list, and we go up against Kenji next time. We finally get the first body upgrade, and then win another restriction challenge. Here we are back for some more ladder grinding. We get up to race 15 completed. go buy a turbo upgrade up to stage 3. And as we get closer to the top, it's time to go race Kenji. He says we won't stand a chance, but we'll see about that. He's also racing a yellow Camaro, so we'll see who lands on top. It's a close race, but we take the win. Kenji says he might have underestimated us, but we have a terrible fashion sense apparently. Anyway, up to stage 4 on the intake. Unfortunately, we have to wait 15 minutes though for the import part. So back into the ladder for race 16. And not long later, we're back here to race David Katana. He is Yoshiro's best warrior other than Yoshiro himself. He is running a BMW 1M Coupe, so let's see what we can do. We're nearly even by halfway, but we start to pull away and get a win in a photo finish. We get to cross David out, but Yoshiro says our luck's about to run out. So we do a few more ladder races and do some more upgrades. And then it's time to race Yoshiro for the first time. Yoshiro says we're going to regret racing him, but we'll see about that. Yoshiro races a Nissan 370Z. But for the first race, he isn't too hard to beat. But he says we just got lucky that time, so I guess we'll have to see him in the second race. He does bring some upgrades in between races, but I'm going straight for it. He says we have a glutton for punishment, but I'm planning on beating him anyway. It looks like he might win, but luckily we pull him back at the very end, but it ends in a very close finish. He still doesn't understand how we won, but maybe I'm just a better driver. Here we are in the quarterfinal of the ladder race. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a little too close. Only 5,000ths of a second at the line. Here we are in the ladder semifinals against the Nissan 370Z. It's an incredibly close race, but it gives us the win. Momentum has shifted to our side for the final, but yeah, we won by only 1,000th of a second, but it gets us $16,000. So I went ahead and bought the 75 horsepower nitrous. So here we are in the ladder final, luckily against another Camaro. So it's all just about who has more upgrades. I save my nitrous to a little bit later once I'm in third gear, and that creates an extremely close finish. But it gives us tier 2 ladder champion and brings us home a big $21,000. I did some more grinding on regulation races to go and buy more upgrades. As you can see here, I got the stage 4 body and it also got me a level up. So a lot of grinding later, and I have a full stage 5 Camaro SS making 585 horsepower. We're going to go in and do the final race against Yoshiro. And we really are serious about taking him on. So the fully upgraded car can easily win the third boss race, but now is the serious question, can we win the pink slip? We also get 2 gold coins and $61,000. Yoshiro goes ahead and tells Alita about us, says there's more skill, but she just makes fun of Yoshiro for getting beat by the new kid. Yoshiro wants to protect her, but she's ranked higher for a reason. Anyway, we get to move up to tier 3 cars and also race Yoshiro for the pink slips. Turn down the super nitrous and go straight to the race. actually pretty close, but luckily we get to take the win. He takes the defeat, and we put his car in our garage. Now, one thing I did is I used Yoshiro's 370Z, the grind regulation races for Tier 3, for almost 2 real-life days, just like every time I got a free fuel refill. So I accumulated almost $600,000 because this race paid quite well, and Yoshiro's car has almost 2,000 credits bonus per win. What I wanted to do was to buy the C7 Corvette Stingray, but that car cost 65 gold, and I was hoping to have it pop up with a special offer saying I could get it for cheap. But I would get a lot of special offers, but I just wouldn't get one for that specific car. Anyway, here in the Chevy side of the car dealer, you can choose the Camaro ZL1, the base model Corvette C6, or the C7 Stingray. I ended up going with the base model C6, which I also want to do the C6 ZR1, so it'll be like C6 2 times in a row. Deciding on color was a little tricky, and I might change it, but I was between either going red or yellow, but I'm going to start out with the yellow Corvette C6. It takes 60 minutes to be delivered, but luckily for YouTube, here it is. So thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment if you've been enjoying, and hopefully I'll have Tier 3 career mode out soon.